Hello friends, in this video the topic of discussion is single inheritance. So before proceeding to single inheritance example, I want to give you the definition of inheritance. That is, the inheritance is one of the most significant characteristic of object oriented programming approach by C++. So inheritance is the mechanism through which qualities and characteristics of the previous generations are transferred to the future generations in case of the living world. And in the C++, the concept of inheritance also emulates what really happens in case of the real world example. So inheritance is basically a concept of reusability, or basically implementing some features of the ancestor classes to one of the derived classes from which are derived from the ancestor classes. So basically the class which is inherited from another class is called a derived class, and the class from which the derived class will be derived is called the base class. So it is nothing but a technique of creating new classes from one or more existing classes. So inheritance are basically of many types. There are several types of inheritance which can be implemented in C++. There are several inheritance categories, that is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and these are some types of inheritance which are used in the C++ programming. So out of which I am going to select the topic as single inheritance in this video, and I am going to show you the implementation of single inheritance in C++ with the help of an illustrative C++ program. So let's get started with the program first and explain you the line by line the codes which I have written for you in this program to make you understand and to make you clear about the concept of single inheritance in C++ programming. So let's get started, friends. So this is the program which I have written in order to show you the implementation of single inheritance. So first of all, I have taken a class. Single inheritance is basically inheritance that is deriving a single class from a base class. That is, if there is one base class and from which another class is being created, which is the derived class. So there will be a single base class and a single derived class, and the derived class gets some of the features from its base class. In addition to that, it might have its own features as well. So this is an example program. First is the hash include iostream using namespace std, and then I have written this class single, and this is the base class. Class single is the base class where I have taken an access specifier protected. The visibility modifier is to be taken into consideration. Please bear in mind that whatever we want to get inherited into the derived class from the base class should have to be written either in the protected form or in the under the protected form or under the public visibility modifier rather. So these this int x is a variable which is taken under the protected visibility modifier, and protected is something some visibility modifier which is very similar to the private visibility modifier, because unlike the public visibility modifier, it keeps the data member or member functions declared under this visibility modifier as private to the class itself and its derived class, and these members which are declared under the protected sections are not accessible outside this class or the derived class. So this is basically uh, an extension to the private visibility modifier, and public, if you just keep all the data members under public, all the data members can be inherited but at the same time, the data hiding concept, the information hiding concept of the basic feature of the object oriented programming will be destroyed, in the sense that it will be also visible to the other classes, other outside classes. So in order to keep the data private to the class itself and to the derived class, we use the visibility modifier protected. So under protected, if we write something, it will somewhat behave in a manner as behaved by the private, as any other variables or member functions declared under the private section behaves. So this int x is taken to be a data member under the protected visibility modifier, and this will essentially be accessible from within the class single as well as from the class which will be derived from the single in the program's later part. I will show you what is the derived class. Suppose I have written like this: class single child, public single. So this is the derived class single child. So single child will be a class which can also use the data member, the protected data member, which is declared in the class single, which is int x. After that, in the public section, I have written a constructor like this. This is a default constructor, x is equal to 0. Single int a, this is a parameterized constructor. Whatever is supplied in brackets to beside the object when it is created, that argument, that value which is passed into the parenthesis beside the object, will be passed on to this variable x, and x will be assigned to that value. And after that, I have taken another function, int get underscore x, which returns the value of the x. After that, I have taken an operator function as well. I have done an operator overloading as well over here. That is the increment operator, which I have used in this case. I have overloaded the increment operator. This is the unary increment operator, and I have done like this. The logic of the operator function is that x plus plus, so this will increase the value of the data member x by unity, and after that it will go on to return an object from this function, that is return single x. So whatever will be the value of the x will be returned through its object. So the object will be returned from this function, because this is the return type. This is the single, means the data type. So object will be returned along with the value of x within it. After that, this class ends, and I have derived one class from this class single. Class single child, this is the derived class, colon public single. So what does this mean? We can derive any class from a base class in either public mode or private mode or in a protected mode. So I will discuss those modes of inheritance later on in the discourse. But in this example, we are deriving this class single child in the public mode. So if we derive any class from a base class in the public mode, I write in this fashion: class single child colon public single. If I would have derived the class in a protected mode, I would have written over here protected, and so on. So this is the mode of inheritance which I have used, that is the public mode of inheritance. And public mode of inheritance means whatever is the visibility modifier will be taking its own form in the derived class as well. So public, under this public section, I have written single operator minus minus. What is this? single operator minus minus. That is, I have taken yet another operator function. I have used another operator overloading. Excuse me. I have used another operator overloading of the unary operator minus minus, which is the decrement operator, and under that similar type of logic has been used. That is x minus minus. That is whatever will be the value of x will be decremented by unity, that is decremented by 1, and after that I am going to return an object from this function as return single, by which has been written in this fashion, return single with the value of x in it. After that we come to the main module, that is the int main. So in this section I can tell you one thing, that whatever is being written under this protected and public section of the base class will be passed on to the derived class by the way of single inheritance. So this is nothing but the additional feature of this single child class, and other features are not written explicitly in this class, but it will be definitely there by the concept of inheritance. So all the features written above in the base class will be directly incorporated into the class single child, because we have inherited this single child in the public mode. So you can imagine all these data members and functions written above are included in this single child class as well, along with the additional operator function single operator minus minus, which has been written specially for this single child class. After that we go to the main section and see what I have done there. I have taken an instance, I have created an instance of the derived class, that is a single child C1. So this is an object or an instance of the single child derived class, and this can access all the functions of all the data members and functions of the derived class. So this is an instance of the derived class. After that I have written cout C1 is equal to C1 dot get x. So whatever is the value of x in object C1 will be output into the screen by means of this get underscore x function, as we have seen above, that get x function only returns the value of x. After that I have incremented the object C1 by this unary increment operator plus C1. That is, in this line the operator function plus will be invoked, and the value of x in C1 will be incremented by unity. After that I have written another line which is similar to this line, that is plus C1. So another increment will happen. So suppose if this will definitely invoke the default constructor, in which I have initialized the value of x as 0. So this is the constructor which is invoked by the creation of the object in the first line of the main section. So this 0 will be the initial value of x. After that, twice I have done the increment operation through the operator function, through the concept of operator overloading, that is plus C1 and plus C1, which increments the operator by 1 in this line, which increments the data member x by 1 in this line, and after that yet again another increment will happen in this second plus C1 line. So the value of 0 will be incremented to 1 over here, and this will become 2 over here. So we expect the value of x in C1 as 2 now at this point of the program. After that I have again called the get underscore x function and printed the value of x in this line. After that I have used the decrement operator function in this line once, and then in the next line as well. So we will surely expect the value of x in C1 to be decremented by unity to become 1 over here from 2, and after that we will expect the value of x to become 0 from 1. So ultimately the x value at this point of time will be, ultimately the value of x at this point of this program will become 0. So we will expect by this output to get the value of x as 0. So C1 is equal to 0 will be the expected output. After that we are left with the only return 0 statement, and let's go to the program execution window to see whether we get the desired or expected output out of this program. So let's go to build and run. I'll just drag this output window a little bit towards the right so that you can get to tally the program lines with the output. So see this. The first output, as we have expected, is C1 is equal to 0. The second output is after these two increment operations, C1 is equal to 2, and after these two in decrement operations, we would have expected the value of C1 to be 0, and see that we have got the C1 is equal to 0 in this line. So the output tallies with what we have expected from the program. So I think I am able to make you understand the concept of single inheritance in C++ programming. And still, if you have any doubts and queries regarding this entire explanation, you can well post your doubts and queries into the comment section so that I can address them. Thanks for watching this video, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to DigiGuide. Thanks again.